I feel amazing, I am great. I love myself, I feel amazing, I am great. I love myself, I feel amazing, I am great. I love myself, I feel amazing, I am great. All things work out so perfect. 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 All things work out.
Peace, family. Peace, love, and light. Welcome to the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. On this session tonight, on this evening, we are having our 260 Kin Quantum Leap meditation. I am so excited. I am so excited to be the facilitator to get us all started here tonight. My name is Moon Goddess Ambrosia. I am Kin 181, which is the red crystal dragon. I dedicate in order to nurture, universalizing being. I seal the input of birth with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of space. And it is my honor to get us started this evening. Please take note of any links in the chat that we are putting in there so that you can have access to this session via Instagram, Facebook, as well as YouTube. And again, I give thanks and gratitude to all of you for your patience as we get started for this event. And I want to start by giving acknowledgments. Acknowledgments to the source of all creation, to the Galactic Federation, our ancestors, star elders, master teachers, the Mimic priesthood. Mimic stands for Melanated Immortals, making evolutionary changes. Also giving thanks and acknowledgments to the Law of Time students, the students of the Hollow Mind Perceiver, as well as those that are taking part in the one-on-one synchronicity coaching sessions. I want to give thanks to our indigenous elders, also to Kin 82, Aquia Anima, Kin 211, Dr. Jewel Pukram, Kin 67, Tanetta Muhammad, as well as Kin 11, Jose Arguelles. I just want to make sure, one second here. All right. So yes, give thanks and gratitude to all of those that are tapping into the session. And we're actually going to get us started by doing the prayer of the 7 galactic directions. So stay tuned. Gratitude.
From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may know all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, though we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where the star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of a crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at one, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Harium Hunaku Evamaya Ema Ayum Hunaku Evamaya Ema Ayum Hunaku Evamaya Maho. all hail the harmonies of mind and nature.
Ashe, and Asheo.
Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. Gratitude.
Love 178, Habibula 65. Thank you and much gratitude for doing the prayer of the seven galactic directions. Whew. Ashe. All right, so welcome here to the 260 Kin Quantum Leap Meditation, facilitated by our very own Kin 239, Neb Teharka. He is the world changer. For tonight's event, during this meditation, of course, it is taking place on the Gregorian calendar of February 29th on Thursday. We have started the session here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to encourage you all to visit the Synchronistic Human website so that you can stay in tune and make sure you get registered. I'll say register your kin and see all of the great things that we are doing here in the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. We have a celebration coming up in July on the 7th. We will be celebrating completing a galactic, or I'll say a calendar, or how would I say that? We will be completing a cycle, the 260 cycle on July 7th. So make sure that you RSVP and stay in tune for more details in regards to that. But for tonight, we will be having our quantum leap meditation. And I'm really looking forward to getting into this session when Neb Teharka comes up here and share his piece because, he'll tell you more about that as soon as he gets here. So we're going to go ahead and move forward here. I absolutely love to cover the definition of a synchronistic human, because if you're tapping into this session, it's very important that you know what it means to be a synchronistic human. So a synchronistic human is defined as someone who is able to be multidimensional while unifying energy from the synchronicities of natural time cycles towards the holonomic evolution of humanity, Mother Earth, and the galactic whole. Our very own Neb Teharka has curated this definition just so that we can all be in the knowing of what it means to be a synchronistic human. So I'd like to encourage everyone to grab a screenshot of that if you have not done so already. And so just to go ahead and get into the session, our vision statement for the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment is to transcend our minds deep into our cosmic memory circuits as we awaken from a deep state of amnesia in order to move from the information age into the telepathic age of our existence and establish a new order of a new world of highly telepathic beings. And so we want to keep that in mind because that is why we all are gathering here on these sessions and taking part in the School of Enlightenment. Let's see. And so he has also given us this amazing quote for us to hold in our focus as well, which states, One of the best gifts that can be given to you is to be able to exercise full authority over your whole mind with all of its faculties and dimensions. So I really love this quote because that is a huge part of what we do here in the school, is learning how to use all parts of our brains. We hear oftentimes that we only use about like 10% of our brains. What about that other 90%? We have the opportunity to, exercise that and really use that to our advantage and not just settle with utilizing the 10% or, whatever small percentage of the brain we are told that we use. We want to bring that into our awareness that we actually use more of our mind than we have been told. So, yeah, we're going to get into that a bit more here. And so we want to take back possession of our mind. We have this amazing quote here to remind us of why it's important that we do so, because whoever owns your time owns your mind. So if you change your time and you change your mind, you end up changing your mind and you change your world. I know I kind of went off on, my own interpretation of reading this quote, but, whoever owns your time owns your mind. Just keep that at the forefront of your mind that, by you stepping into your power and owning your own time, you own your mind and you have the ability to change the world as well. So we want to stay focused here and make sure that we are, owning our own mind. And so that brings us now to introducing the man of the hour, the God of the hour, the, man, I could just go on a whole tangent just going in about how much, like all the amazing things that Neb Teharka does here. He is the founder of the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. He is also the co-founder of Mimic. He is the author of the Soul Report and has over 875 plus one-on-one coaching sessions. I'm pretty sure it could be even higher now, like, because he really goes in, and I've had the honor of taking part in those coaching sessions, and like, he is top notch with it. So I want to encourage you all to tap on into those sessions. He is also the chancellor of, all of these courses that we are taking here within the School of Enlightenment. He has been teaching these sessions or having these courses over 13 consecutive semesters. So he is really going in back to back to make sure that we are provided with all the knowledge and information to help us to grow and evolve ourselves as synchronistic humans. He currently has up to 8 levels of the Hollow Mind Perceiver. If you are interested in taking those courses, you do have to start at level 1 and make your way up to level 8. And I know that Neb is on a mission to level 21. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that evolves as well. He also has started a telepathic remembrance group, which I can say I've had my own personal experience in taking that course as well. And the first session that we had me locked in. So I've definitely been tapping into my growth as I partake in these courses. So that's just my personal experience with these courses. We also have the Law of Time Psychology courses, which are broken up into 2 levels. We have level 1 as well as level 2. And so, as you can see, Neb Teharka does a whole lot for Mimic, the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. And, he is just amazing. He's just an amazing person. And I'm just looking forward to the message that he is getting ready to bring to us. So Prepare yourselves to be blown away by Neb Teharka. And so without further ado, it is my honor to introduce you and bring you to the stage. Stay Peace family, and make sure you have a note and some pen and paper to take some notes down because you're gonna need it. All right, well, stay peace and be light.
All right, all right. I am so excited. Am I being heard clearly? I think I'm being heard clearly. All right. Thank you, Moon Goddess Ambrosia, for that wonderful introduction. We are truly in an incredible position, and we're going to do our best to move this along. But I am just in awe of the recent and foregoing progressions of Moon Goddess Ambrosia and all that she does in front of the scenes and behind the scenes. She is just, I mean, just since June, I've watched her just blossom, and it's just been a very beautiful process to observe. And I tell you, I couldn't be more happy with all the progress that she has, and there's so much more to come. We really are just truly beginning. All right. All right. So this is happy galactic quantum leap day into the new time. You know, we're going to talk about that a little bit before we get into our meditation. And I can tell you, I know it's not always easy to explain a new concept that could upfront make us a little uncomfortable as we are positioning ourselves to evolve. And you know, one of the things that I can say that is so important, that as we evolve, we're in a position like none other, because I truly believe that evolution is the solution. That whatever we're experiencing right now, it's not because we don't have enough power to tap into, it's because we're not accessing the power. Well, how do we access the power? Well, through our memory. And I'd just like to tell a brief story about myself. I came in contact with this knowledge roughly, I would say, about 8 years ago, a little over 8 years ago. And I immediately became a teacher. And I always knew that the best way to really learn something was to be a teacher. And so I was studying this very feverishly. And within a couple of months, I had an opportunity to teach. It's just nobody was there to teach it. Okay. And there was some great anticipations about this knowledge. And I was new. And I tell you, I just wasn't sure if I could do it. Have you ever had something where you kind of got thrown into a situation, and as you got thrown in, you now have to deal with all the nervousness, all of the, wait a minute, I don't quite know this technically and that technically. So it took some courage to take advantage of this. And so I agreed to do it. And luckily, I've always been, I won't say always, but the last 15 years, I've been a pretty decent orator, and I understood the knowledge, and I was good at decoding it. The challenge that I had was trying to make it simple enough so people could understand it and use it. And so that was my challenge. And so as I began to not just study it, but integrate it into my life, of course, it got easier to explain and give examples. Okay, this is how you use this sophisticated concept. This is where you use telepathy. This is how you use precognition. This is the purpose of retrocognition. This is how you remote view, and why that would be something that's important. And so as we move into these different dimensions of the mind, and I saw the progress, 8 years ago, it was a leap year like it is now. And I advanced tremendously. You know, you kind of, sometimes you got to put yourself under a little bit of pressure so that it brings out the best in you, right? If you don't ever have any pressure, you don't really know what you can do. You see? You don't know what you can do till your back is against the wall. So my back was against the wall, and I tell you, I was able to come out poised and positioned to take this knowledge and help me evolve as a being. And through that process, I said, you know what? I got with a few of my colleagues, and I said, you know, what if we could create an environment where people could evolve like we did, but we made it simpler for them. And you know, everybody agreed that if we could do that, that would be a real dynamic experience for not just us to see people doing it, but for the people who are able to do it as well, right? And so it started happening, and we created Mimic, Melanated Immortals Making Evolutionary Changes, about a little over 5 years ago, and that was dynamic. So 8 to 5 was a very rapid growth period. So that decision I made to teach is serving me now to the point that we're going into our 19th consecutive term of teaching it, right? You know, you ever see sometimes that you have a great idea and you start and you might do it for a couple weeks or a couple months, maybe a year, and then you're like, hey man, I got to do some other things, you know. This ain't progressing the way I thought. And so 8 years later, we're moving strong, and we're about to move into even a more dynamic direction with what we have going on. And then let's look at from there's another milestone that I want to share. This milestone was also another huge milestone to the success that I've been able to have and the team of people that we have together. And at this juncture, I was asked by the students to do coaching, one-on-one coaching. Now, I was okay with group coaching, but I know the energy it takes to coach one-on-one and to get cooperation and things of that nature. And I thought about it, and I said, I'll give it a shot. And we did a pilot group and of about 7 people. And I coached about 7 people at one time, you know, but they were individual. And they did it so well. And it taught me a lot. It taught me that when somebody has the right information and they focus, they can make leaps and bounds. They can make great progress very quickly. And so I said, well, let me do one more pilot group just to make sure it's just something I want to do. Because I like to think about things in 5-year increments. You know, can I see myself doing this 5 years from now? And so I went ahead with this next pilot group, and it went better than the first pilot group. And so I didn't have a choice. All indicators were pointing to the right. Every light was green. And I said, all right, so I'm going to integrate this coaching and teaching. And that was 2 on the leap year. That was in 2020, February 2020, that I started that. And so now to listen to Moon Goddess Ambrosia say that there's over, and I knew that, it's over 875 coaching sessions that I've done since 4 years ago. And in fact, it was 4 years ago, about 3 days ago. And so I don't know about you, but I don't think you could have told me 4 years ago or 8 years ago that I would be doing this. Those people who know me as a business person, as somebody very focused, you know, I definitely, you know, enjoy business development and consulting and those kind of things. I was more of a business person than a person that would talk about stuff like this. And those who know me, I was funny. We were at a function on Sunday. It was a men's function. And one of my old friends came up to me and said, you know, it's real interesting, man. You get involved in these things. And the first thing that he said was, what are you doing here? You know, because, you know, I wasn't a very conscious person. I wasn't a person that this mattered to. And that's how I know anybody can do it, right? That's how I know if you really want to tap into your mind and be more dynamic than ever, all you have to do is make a decision and do it. And he said, "What are you doing here?" Now, this is the second time. And he said, because the first time we started an all men's group called the Mastermind, Achieving Inner Mastery. And I was in that group for like 7 years, and I still just love the group and what they're doing. I've chosen to focus on a few different things, but the group is powerful, and it really grew me up. And so I invite this person to the group that I just had a great conversation with on Sunday, and he said, "Remember I asked you what are you doing here?" When I first introduced him to the Achieving Inner Mastery. And so now, bringing him forward to now what we're doing now, he said the same thing. "What are you doing here?" and so we laughed about it. But the point is that I'm here, and the truth is that when you make a decision to go deeper into your mind, there's things that you can do that you wouldn't normally think you could do. This ain't something you can calculate. You can't calculate heart. You can't. You can measure it with lines, but you can't calculate its power. You can't see how much ambition somebody has, right? You don't know. You don't know what's in their heart. Nobody knew what was in my heart at that time. And so I take this time very seriously because we're in a stage where we're moving from the information age into the telepathic age of our existence. And there's a lot of significant events that have come into play to lead up to this. And I just want to talk about some significant events. October the 4th. All right, now this whole year, we start our calendar on July 26th. This is based on the cycles of star Sirius, not on the winter, January 1st, not in the spring. And because that light that is coming from that star, which is 2 to 3 times larger, about 2.5 times larger than our sun, is emitting light frequencies for our consciousness to open our minds up to evolve. And a lot of our indigenous ancestors, they were aware of this. The Dogon, the Olmec, or the She people, they followed different calendrical systems to open up their mind differently than following programs and building, through industrialization and things of that nature. And so when I saw this, I got so fascinated with it. I said, now that's powerful. What if the way we follow calendars, what if the way that we understood spiritual evolution that was beyond the body, beyond the programs of spirituality in this matrix that we live in, what if I was able to tap into that, and instead of using 10% consciously of my brain power, I was able to use 20% like dolphins, or 30 or 40%. Now that was my whole idea. And so I started doing it. And I don't know how much brain power I'm using, but I know it's far greater than I was before I started. I mean, far. The things that I do now with my mind is just amazing. The things that I can see, the visions that I can see, decode, etc. And I've watched that happen in a lot of students. Okay. So on October the 4th, it was a trigger moment. And I want you to write that down. October the 4th, 2023. It marked the 441st year that the Gregorian calendar had been in existence. Now, I'm going to show you some slides here just a moment before we meditate on this. But with that, those who study at the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment, they understand that the 441 means that we're moving into the whole mind perceiving through our physical bodies. The whole mind perceiver, and the mind being all of consciousness being throughout the cosmos, i.e. the universe, the galaxy, and on the consciousness of the planet. And this consciousness is shown through light, and it travels through plasma. All right. As the light intensifies, it births a spirit. The spirit of the earth is the wind. the spirit of our bodies is the breath. The breath work is the spirit that gives us access to a greater portion of our mind. And when we tap into our higher mind, we can see and receive insights and tap into abilities we couldn't in our lower states of mind or consciousness, right? And so when I figured that out, once I figured out how the light, birthed the spirit, and the spirit spoke to me through intuition, I just needed to listen to my intuition. And when I did, I got precise, dynamic, precise results more than any before. It was crazy. I'm talking about, I would just literally confide, and I still do. And I just trust this with so much. It's just with all my heart, right? So when this October 4th happened, they had a cell phone test on October 4th. And I said, why would you want to have a cell phone test on October the 4th? That's when they started the Gregorian calendar. So I started decoding. I started digging deeper, right? The next step that happened is they blocked out the first 10 days by skipping the 10 days. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. And when they skipped those 10 days, they blocked out a portion of consciousness that humanity could not access. And this perpetuated itself for 441 years. Now, when we look at the consciousness of the human, we realize something. It's not really evolving. Artificial intelligence is evolving. But the consciousness of the human is experiencing an illusion that it's evolving, but it's not evolving. Because if it's evolving, we should be able to heal ourselves. When the body functions normally, the body should do what it's designed to do, and that's to heal itself, right? When we're talking about moving into the telepathic age, imagine being able to project ourselves somewhere else. Or there's some danger going on right here, project ourselves to somewhere else, or see what's going on in a whole nother part of the world, remote viewing, or be able to be precognitive or move into the state of precognition where we can see the future before it happens. Those are all very useful tools. Communicating mind-to-mind telepathy. What happens if all the electricity, the electric grid goes out? We have a CME and it takes out all of the electricity. Wouldn't be no lights, wouldn't be nothing. How would we make it without panicking and tearing ourselves apart, right? So with this, those codes were removed. There's 10 of them, and each day from the calendar that we follow is a plasma, a radio plasma, and this radio plasma is energy that spews out in all different directions. And all of this is linked to planets. I don't know if we have the video. I'll have to see. But Ben Carson just did a video about portals. I saw it on TikTok. I want to see if we can get it in here. And with that video, it blew me away because I've been talking about this for 8 years, that these portals give us access to consciousness, but it gives us access to our cosmic memory. And the organ that supports that is the brain, and the part of the brain is the cerebellum, where all this memory is. And so I've been testing this out. I have something called the cosmic memory technique. And I go into a guided meditation where I'm able to access the memory through this technique. And by doing that, I'm able to really have some tremendous insights on things that are going on in the physical realm. Okay? I'm telling you, it is powerful what we have going on. To tap into this is not something that will be taught in school or whatnot, or even higher institutions of learning. But we're teaching it here because we want those people who have abilities that they've always had to keep quiet because they don't want anybody to think they're crazy. Well, we want you to be loud here because we know that you've tapped into deeper parts of your mind, and this is part of your journey of remembrance. Okay, so we got October the 4th. They do this cell phone test. So we got Faraday cages and everything to block the frequency and took our kids out of school and all of that. Well, when that happened, our telepathic group was just going for our second round. And I got a deep insight when I time traveled, or I went back to 1582, and I saw it firsthand. I saw the consciousness that was blocked and what it was linked to. It was linked to the consciousness of the planets. It was amazing. And so we teach a cosmology that deals with 20 dynamic frequencies of light. We call them archetypes. And the galactic archetypes of the law of time is the galactic tree of life. And when we tap into this energy, the vibration of that, it is able to show us different dimensions and frequencies of this light that helps us tap deeper into our memory and our consciousness and realize that through this physical body. And the more we practice it, the better we've gotten. Okay. And the only difference between me and someone else is that I just probably been doing it longer. But if you practice this, you'll be able to see the future. You'll be able to go in the past and all this. Well, fast forward, we have something called this 260-day calendar that we call the Zolkin, and each it's 260 days, and every 260 days, there's 52 days that are said to be galactic activation portals to activate your galactic consciousness to move into your cosmic memory. The portals are taking us into our memory. And when we remember, just think about it. If you know somebody with amnesia or dementia, or Alzheimer's disease, they don't remember, and it's very frustrating. But you start remembering some of the powers that you forgot that you had. And now when you remember that you have access to those powers, you just use them to void off other people who are not really understanding, or they want to take advantage of people, or we're in these systems that want to govern our mental abilities. And so now you don't need the government or governmental agencies to help you in that way. You can govern yourself. So when we went through this telepathic group, something amazing happened. A whole download came about how to restore these codes through the portals. So on February the 3rd through February the 12th, we went through something called the past portals, and there's 10 of them in a row. I'm going to show you what they look like in just a second. And those 10, we spent restoring the first 10 time cells linked to these planets and this consciousness that was blocked off. Let me tell you, we had about 25 people consistently getting up and doing this meditation every morning at 4:41 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And they too, those that actually went through the process, not only did they have incredible insights, but they started to advance themselves very quickly in that period. So that was just February 3rd to February the 12th. And so we have another set of 10 that's coming March 15th to March 24th. And so when I started this in the summer, I saw something phenomenal. Here's what I saw. I said, this is going to be not just a leap year. This is going to be a quantum leap year. This is going to be a year when we get to this leap day. And I got this whole idea that after February 29th, March 1st through March the 24th was going to be such a rapid growth period that a whole plan was laid out, right, from October up till now on how to prepare for this time. Okay. And so now we're here, right? Now we're at the leap day. We're going to do this meditation. And then tomorrow, everything is going to kick off like never before. I want you all to be able to benefit from this rapid growth period. Now, true enough, some people are not going to benefit because they can't slow down enough to just see, okay, wait a minute, to sharpen the axe, right, in this way. But those of you that take this serious, you're going to be in a position like never before. You're going to advance yourself so quickly, it's going to be like everybody else going backwards. And the reason why that is because we're in the shift of a very important time. Humanity is moving from being informed from technology to becoming the technology. They're moving from the information age, right, and computers into the telepathic age of what I call the synchronistic human. And if you are looking for a way to advance yourself, right, it's going to take a little work for sure. But I'm going to tell you, you're going to advance in ways you never thought you could. And once that happens, you're going to not only be able to do that for yourself, you're going to be able to do that with other sentient beings that are here, because we're here on a journey of remembrance. We're here to evolve. And once we make evolving our top priority, no circumstance on earth can stop us from fulfilling our destiny. We can reach a state of consciousness that supersedes the circumstance, because we have 100+ million years of memory back here that we're not even using. All right. So I hope this touched somebody. I wanted to give that idea. All right. So we got about 14 days, 15 days before we do the future portals, the 10 in a row. A lot of you will be able to participate in that and experience this firsthand. And some of you will not only be able to do that, you'll be able to tap into the recordings of those past portals, the past 10 we just did on February the 3rd. And you're going to catapult yourself forward so far in your consciousness, you won't be able to believe the traumas, the blockages, the misalignments you're able to overcome in a short period of time. Okay? Does that make sense what I'm saying? Because I want to, before I go into the meditation, I want to just make sure you understand a little bit about what we're doing and why we're doing it. Right? The Gregorian calendar, according to natural time cycles and our cosmic anatomy, related to that is a fallacious calendar. It don't line up. It doesn't help you evolve. It helps account for money, right? It produced the time is money paradigm in the technosphere. And that technosphere is a big problem because the trash it produces, the signals that it interrupts, is disrupting, right, the planet, right, Gaia, the earth. And so now we need to get this under control, and it's going to take those individuals that recognize their consciousness is here to evolve, and that we're all going to make this shift together. All right. So with this, the law of time states that energy factored by time is art. All right. The 1320 frequency is the true frequency of nature. And we know that synchronicity refers to an underlying cosmic intelligence that synchronizes people, places, and events in a meaningful order. This is what your consciousness in your memory is going to do. It's going to take you deeper into the power of the synchronicities. Now, I just want to go back over this process. When they did a convergence, now right now we're at a critical stage because we need calendar change, because the Gregorian calendar and patriarchy has really caused a lot of things to get out of control on the planet, in the world, which is affecting the planet, right? So the Julian calendar, I want you to see how this works. It started 46 BC by Julius Caesar. What it did is it accounted for every leap year, every 4th year, right? What they found when Pope Gregory the 13th came in, and their scientists and astrologists, astronomers seen that this calendar was off, that there actually every year that was divisible by 100 and 400 should have been skipped as a leap year. So it threw the Julian calendar off 11 minutes per year, right? So when they added up all the minutes and all the years, it amounted to 10 full days, okay? 10 full days. And so what they did when they started the Gregorian calendar, they advanced the date 10 days, right? So it started on Thursday, October the 4th, and on Friday, it was October the 15th. Now, those of us that study the Mayan calendar, we know that it's just not a number on a calendar, that there's consciousness that's flowing through the planet every day. And we want that the consciousness or the synchronic order of that consciousness to hit our medulla oblongata, our corpus callosum, in such a way that we now can open up our mind and live with more intelligence, right? And so when this happened, I want to show you a picture of this. Look, this is what happened. Look at that. This is the calendar back then. And, you know, you see it went 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th, you know, right, of October. That was Thursday. And then here we go. Friday is the 15th. What happened? Right? And so there's all of these energy between the 5th and the 14th that affects our consciousness that we wasn't focused on, and it just perpetuated forward all these years. Well, what we decided to do was get a group of people to study this and correct the error. And that's what this meditation is about, to help us quantum leap and correct this error, because this is the true era in time. Because time is not a calendar. Time is not a mechanical clock. Time is the evolution of consciousness. And this blocked that transmission so that following this artificial calendar would not even have us think that we could evolve our consciousness the way I'm talking about could even be a possibility. Okay, so that's what it looked like. And so we did the past portals, the end of false time, to correct that error. All right, as we move along, you're going to see eventually, you know, we study over here on the left is the 13 moon calendar. We follow the lunation cycles of 28 days, have a mean average of the moon to revolve around the earth. It takes a mean average of about 28 days to do so. And then this other calendar on the right is the Tzolk'in calendar, the 260-day calendar. You can see it looks like a double helix, like a DNA. I call it the galactic DNA. And all of those darker areas are portals. All right. And so those portals help us access our memory. And every time we access that memory, we spiritually evolve. The more we spiritually evolve, the more intelligent we can become, so that we're able to take ourselves, our life experience, to a whole nother level. So you're going to find, just like they changed the calendar back then in 1582 from the Julian to the Gregorian, they're going to have to change the calendar, right? The same way they did back then, sometime around now or in the near future. And it's all this stuff that's changing. The currency's changing. So get ready, because it's coming. And so now is the time for you to drill down and take advantage of this so that your consciousness is advancing, right? And you don't have to be governed by programs that's designed for you to expire, instead of tapping into the synchronicities that's going to help you inspire yourself and other people. All right. So that's what's going to be happening. Right. And so when we move into this energy of the 13 moons, 28 days each, we're synchronizing this energy in our mind. So when we do this meditation, and it won't be a long meditation, but when we do this meditation, we'll be able to now synchronize those cycles in our mind, and our brain is going to fire different. And think about the plasma that's in our brain, our corpus callosum, the plasma that's in our cerebral spinal fluid. The blood has plasma in it, and anything that has movement, right? Even the solid has molecules that are moving, has a mathematical code in it, and patterns with that code. And that's what communicate. That's the language that gets the body to communicate with the brain, right? You don't have to beat your heart. That's an autonomic function. But all this stuff can be that way once you're in sync with all the dimensions of your being, right? So in looking at this process, you know, we're right here where it says the 28th, and you say it says Hunab Ku, right? It's right here. This is where the leap year, this is what the 13 moon calendar or synchronometer looks like. It's this way because it has the Gregorian calendar. You see where it says the 28th, and then the first, in between that is the 29th, right? And then the symbols are the archetypes from the 260-day calendar, and then the numbers are the number of the day number on that 13 moon calendar that we're on. So it takes a little practice, but once you start practicing, you start synchronizing these energies, and you start getting insights that you wasn't getting before, and you start being able to be proactive instead of reactive. And then you start to be, instead of reactive, telepathic. And you say, wow, man, I need to slow down, because how am I, somebody like me, able to do all this kind of stuff? And that's when you know that you're on your way. Okay. So with that, we're in what we call the white overtone wizard solar cycle of timelessness and reset and supreme receptivity. We're in what we call the galactic hawk moon. So everybody, I want you to ask yourself this question. This is really important. The question is, do I live what I believe? Do I live what I believe? And if you don't beat yourself up. Just say, well, what adjustments could I make to get closer to that? And every year, for the last 8 years that I've done this, I have gotten closer to living what I believe. But my beliefs have changed because my knowledge changed, right? So I'm getting closer, but I'm getting more expanded as well because I'm evolving at the same time. And so we're on the day out of time because of this leap year, which is really a culture, art, and celebration observed by Leap Day, and to further access our cosmic memory, advance our spirituality and telepathic ability. This all, amounts to us being able to be more creative. That energy factored by time is art. All right. And so with that, when we look at this, I want to read to you this about the Hunab Ku, the giver of movement and measure, the energy, and I want to read the affirmation for that. And then we're going to pretty much get into the meditative part, right? Of all the hidden treasures come to light, none exists vaster than the Hunab Ku 21. Now, 20 is the number for totality in this cosmology. 21 is the unity of totality. What we lack, right, as a human species is unity. Is unity. And so when we talk about totality, when we put them all together, that means we can access any power in any dimension, in any corner of the entire cosmos, right? The unity of totality, the secret of the 441. Now just think about it. This calendar is in its 441st year, and the Hunab Ku number is 441. This is why it was so significant. It's not an accident. It's not by happenstance. You see what I'm saying? It's not a lie. Why would it amount to this? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. One giver is what this concept is of movement and measure. The Hunab Ku cannot be seen or encompassed, but special ones are appointed, known by the name as Magus of the Infinite. Now, we have something we talk about called the infinite mind wave. That's how you access all of that consciousness. Many are we, and yet we are one. Teachers of the cube of the law, our teachings exemplify the existence of the cube. It deals with equalization. Lords of the cube, we emanate and radiate the powers of seven. With celestial ears, we hear the sacred holy sounds of the universal void. Our vow is simplicity. We eat nothing, we take nothing, we only know how to give. Masters of the Zavuya, we ride the ways of infinity, infinitely. You will recognize us when you see yourself emanating from the center of the cube. To know us is to know totality. To know totality is to know peace. To know peace is to enter fully into the awesome, endless splendor of the galactic unfolding. We are galactic beings. Our consciousness is unfolding. And as it realizes itself, the consciousness is now shifting from being informed by technology to becoming the technology. And as we realize this, we become synchronistic humans. All right. So let's read the affirmation. The 0.0, the Hu Nab Ku. I coordinate in order to potentiate. Enumerating totality. That means I can tap into all the numbers in totality. I seal the cosmos of unity with the galactic tone of emptiness. I am guided by the cosmos of unity, my own power doubled. I coordinate in order to potentiate. Enumerating totality. I seal the cosmos of unity with the galactic tone of emptiness. I am guided by the cosmos of unity, my own power doubled. One more time to lock it in. I coordinate in order to potentiate. Enumerating totality. I seal the cosmos of unity with the galactic tone of emptiness. I am guided by the cosmos of unity, my own power doubled. Now let's talk about the portals. I am the activator of all galactic portals in order to potentiate, enumerating totality, the cosmos of unity, galactic tone of emptiness doubled. Enter me. That's a command for all of this energy to enter us. Now we have to listen to our intuition to help us move forward. So we're right in the middle where it says 132, okay, of this. We're in the heart of it. And you see these portals, 106 to 115 and 146 to 155. Well, we did 106 to 114. We're on 132 now. We're about to go through 146 to 155. Now, what's important to know is that when we go through this next set, all right, we're going to be also correcting, right, the second 10 days, right, when the Gregorian calendar started, right? We're going to correct that because the 20 days are one unit, right? It's one whole unit. So you can't, that's like if you want to have a pregnancy, you can't take out the first trimester. If you want to have a tree, you can't take out the roots and think you'll still have a same tree, right? So we have to put back the first trimester, and then we have to now go back to the same steps. So that's what we're going to be doing in the next part. It's going to be very powerful to design your future as a telepathic being. Is what we're going to be doing from the 15th of March to the 24th of March. And all of you can participate in this. It doesn't matter how much you study this or not, you'll get in where you fit in and be able to take advantage of this. All right. And so with this, I want to, this is a map of what we call the hollow mind perceiver. Now, we're not going to get much into this actually, but in this, we're dealing with one of the things I want to point out is the subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is in the right front part. So this is a mind map. It's a nano chip telepathically imprinted that projects an overlay on the brain. And the different parts of the brain shows us what dimensions of the mind we can access through the cosmos, through the cosmic memory. And right here, we're talking about what this green box is the subconscious. So these are where all the programs are that limit us, all of our fears and phobias and things of that nature. And so this is the area that we're going to work with when we go and do this meditation here in a few minutes. Okay. This connects to the root chakra. So it connects to all the programs on the earth and the psi bank, the psychosensory information bank, to help us create what we call the noosphere, right? Tap into the consciousness of all the evolved humans on the planet and be able to be telepathic. All right. And this circuit allows us to coordinate changes in the outer form manifestation so that we can have entered the realm of the Mercury or the mercurial council of the purified heart. When the heart is purified, it amplifies the brain in a manner where it can operate by universal law, karma and dharma, and be able to help unfold the mysteries of these galaxies and this planet and whatever your mission is for being born in this experience. All right. The subunconscious, I just want to read this to you, is the mental sphere that contains conditioned and acquired thought reflexes. We want to uncondition these because they are linked to a program of artificiality. This is the repository of rejected conscious stimuli and of the automatic derived complexes perceived as reality. So these programs become automatic derived complexes, and they perceive that as reality, but they're really illusions. You can change them. Anything you can change is an illusion. Anything you can't change is the real truth, right? The whole truth, the absolute truth. The unconscious also contains material that have once been conscious, but is now repressed. And when it gets repressed, it surfaces back and it interrupts a lot of our progressions. It's called self-sabotage. And that's what happens. All right. And so with this, here's some of the dates. Take a snapshot of this. March 15th through March 24th is the next period that we're getting ready for. So we have a few things that we want to show. And as we do this, I want to bring up Eshe Kin 211 to make a few announcements, but I want to just check and see with Eshe, do we have that video by Ben Carson that we can show?
NASA recently discovered something called X points around Earth and also around the sun. These are naturally occurring portals that open and close every single day all around the outside of our planet. The Themis satellite system discovered these portals a few years back, and they've been analyzing and watching them. Some of them create direct pathways to the sun and even to other planets in our solar system. So these are called X points. They exist all around the outside of our planet. They're where magnetic diffusion points hit and cross. Like our magnetic fields hit and cross. In some way, combining that crossing of electromagnetic fields with charged particles from the sun opens up a portal. So portals naturally can occur in nature. You don't have to make them artificially. So that's pretty interesting. All we have to do now is learn how to harness that power, and we can travel through space. We can go great distances without having to put ourselves in hibernation pods and things like that. But now what's interesting is you look at some of the pyramid structures and also read the ancient texts. If you go to one of the Sumerian tablets, they talk about having something called a Du-Ran key. It was called a bond heaven-earth.
All right. Did y'all like that? That he's talking about portals, and you got a calendar that has 52 portals out of 260 expressions of the creator, where you can take yourself. He said you don't need a pod to go in it, right? These portals are already out there, and we've been talking about this for 8 years. And so now we really got a good understanding of it. And of course, Ben Carson, he puts out a lot of good information as well that we all can study and learn and evolve from. And so now we have an order. We have something that we can take that could actually help us to follow this order and unfold our mind in ways that can help us advance very rapidly and become very intelligent. So I want you to take what I'm saying seriously. What I want to do right now is I want to bring forth up Eshe. And Eshe, if you'll come up and start talking about just some of the things that are coming up, I'm going to give me a second. I'm going to load the announcements. And if you can just take over just for a second, I have the announcements up there for you so we can inform everybody before we do the meditation and get off.
Hi, peace and greetings, everyone. I am Kin to 11 Eshe. I'm very happy to be with you this evening. And just to share my affirmation with you, I am the blue electric monkey, and I activate in order to play, bonding, illusion. I seal the process of magic with the electric tone of service, and I am guided by the power of vision. And I am a galactic activation portal. So it's really great. We are going through these portals. Neb is talking about the portals. So I think that it's a true gift if, all of our kins are a gift. But, I feel like it's special because mine is a galactic activation portal. This has been a great session tonight. I hope you have enjoyed yourself. Definitely want to give a huge, huge, huge shout out to our facilitator, Kin 181, Moon Goddess. Thank you so much for opening the way for us to get started on this session this evening, being beautiful, sharing your energy as always. Thank you so much, Kin 178, with your beautiful voice, your beautiful energy. Thank you so much for coming out tonight and sharing your beautiful voice with us. And Brother Bill, Kin 65 with the flute. That was definitely a true treat that you share with us, and keep doing it because it really touches our hearts, minds, and our soul. So we've got a great information that Neb has shared with us. We are preparing ourselves for this quantum leap period. We took some time prior to this session going through the past portals, and I will talk about that shortly once the slides are prepared. We went through the past portals, and we basically went back into time to replace what was taken, what was stolen, what was removed from us before, in this incarnation, before we were here. And we're putting that back, that consciousness that was removed. And so we went through this process of 10 sessions at 441 in the dawning. We did have to make a sacrifice and get up, but it was well worth it. If anyone that is on here, you all had the opportunity to get on the session, that it was life-changing. We also had the opportunity to have some coaching sessions to guide us through the process. Neb has a great way of not just, tossing us out there. He likes to guide us. So I'm eternally grateful for the process. We also had an opportunity, along with the past portals, and reclaiming our time. That's what we were doing. We also had the great opportunity to go through a 28 plasma or day fast, where we went through the master cleanse. So we've really been on this journey for quite some time to get us right here to this point. And I just want to encourage you, even if you didn't go through the fast, even if you didn't go through the portals, you really can make a shift and a change right now, no matter what you have gone through, no matter what you have experienced, no matter what your trauma has been. You can make a decision. It's all about making a decision, no matter what has happened to you. You make the decision to move forward. We're moving forward. The past is the past. We heal the past. We send love to our past, and we release it. And when we release it, we open ourselves up to the gifts of the present, and then we move into our future. And we move into our future with our lighter self, with our spiritual self, with our light body. And I just want to encourage you. I'm sending you peace and love. I uplift you all every day when I walk, and I send you energy. And I'm just really thankful. So, just keep pushing forward, and, stay vigilant, stay diligent with your process. We're here for a reason, and we were awakened for a reason. Okay, so let's keep it pushing here. Keep your heart open and forgive yourself and forgive others. We're going to go ahead and get started with our announcements. Now, we do have the Infinite Aligned Memory I Am membership, brought to you by, of course, the Synchronistic Human. Now, if you get your membership, what you're going to receive is access to the Amplify Your Purpose sessions. Amplify Your Purpose sessions, we do these every Sunday. And it's for members only. So that's why we want to offer you this package, so you can become a member. so you can access these sessions. You will also have access to the replays. You will have exclusive online meetup access, as well as 24/7, 365 access to the student portal. And you're going to get discounts up to 20% off of coaching classes, etc. So many different things that you'll have discounts for. Now, the package or the membership is only $33 per moon, but if you want to go ahead and just pay up front, that's going to save you $99 and you will pay $330. So definitely take advantage of that. We want to keep you connected. We must stay connected. It's a small group of us, so we have to stay connected and continue to grow and expand and bring more people on. Okay. Also, Neb Teharka, he will be live on Clubhouse on Saturday. That's going to be March the 2nd at 10:30 a.m. This is the intelligence of the cosmic memory. And he'll be doing a session about exploring evolving states of wakefulness. So we look forward to seeing you on that session. If you're not on Clubhouse, just look him up and we can get you into the group so you can get the notifications for those sessions. Also, we will, Neb Teharka is doing a synchronistic talk series. He literally goes live every single night. He's very consistent. And so he will be doing those sessions at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7:30 on Clubhouse, and it's about a 30-minute session. He's going through the journey of the archetypes, so it's so cool because he talks about each one. And he's currently talking about the shadow wisdom. He's talking about a lot of that stuff that we really don't like to share, but we have to talk about our shadows so that we can heal them, so that we can be free and move forward. It's all about forgiveness. It's all about freeing. That's all I want to do. I'm like, let me forgive myself and forgive others so I can be free, so we can be free as a collective. So definitely check out those sessions. Also, Amplify Your Purpose session. We will be doing another session, like I said, on Sunday. He'll be talking about intelligence defies what the heart knows. And this will be on Kin 134. So we hope that you'll be able to join us on Sunday for that session. Yes, like I said, Neb Teharka, he is on IG Live every day is what he's doing. Clubhouse, and he's doubling up and getting on IG. He goes deeper into that shadow wisdom. Yesterday, he was talking about the monkey. I'm the monkey. And I was like, ooh, that stuff, it stings. It stings a little bit, but, you know, a lot of stuff I could relate to what he was saying. I was like, yeah, I've done that before, you know, but, you know, the truth might hurt, but the truth is also going to set you free. So, you know, we receive it. So definitely check us out. Check him out on IG Live at 8 p.m. Okay, so we have the Atlanta, Georgia Synchronomics Financial Literacy Live Meetup. This is a face-to-face get-together. It's not online. It's going to be live. So if you're interested in meeting up, this is taking place in Atlanta, Georgia on March the 3rd. That's coming up quickly. So you want to go ahead and register for that session. We will put some links in the chat for you so that you can register. Now, if you are an IAM member, this is where your discount comes in handy. You'll be able to participate, and you will also be able to have food and refreshment, fellowship, etc., the whole shebang for $20. If you're a non-member and you want to participate and play the cash flow game, food, fellowship, everything is $30. Okay. So if you go to our social media, such as Facebook or Instagram, you'll be able to see this flyer, get the information about this session, but you definitely have to register so they can have a head count. It is going to be free parking, so you don't have to worry about parking. And the day of the event, you will get a code to be able to park. So hopefully you will sign up for that event. Of course, this is posted on synchronistichuman.com. We're going to make sure you have all the links so you can go ahead and register for this event. Okay, so we're already in the 260 Quantum Leap meditation session, which we will be meditating. But we also want to inform you that we will be having a grand celebration where from now until July the 7th, we're trying to get all of the 260 galactic kin together. We've been working on this. This is a long-standing project. So, you know, you can register your kin on the website. And also, you know, get your family and your friends involved. We're just trying to pull everybody together. So, you know, definitely mark your calendars for July 7th for the celebration. Okay, so I did talk about the fast, but we will be doing another cleanse. And this is our Synchronistic Human 28-day cleanse taking place on March the 7th through April the 3rd. During the solar Jaguar moon of intention. And the question that we will be asking ourselves during this time of fasting is, How do I attain my purpose? If you did fast before during the resonant moon of attunement, you can participate again. Feel free to do so. Do some modifications if you want to, not do the full fast. Just do some modifications, and I think that would be fine. But if you are interested in participating in the fast, you can email Neb Teharka at synchronistichuman.com, and we'll make sure that you get some reading material so that you can be well aware of the process of fasting, because it is certain things that you need to do so that you have a successful fast. And just be prepared when you do your fast, you're going to lose weight. Okay. Not only physical weight, but you're going to lose that energetic weight, those things that you're carrying around. It's just going to fall right off of you. Your blood pressure is going to be stabilized. Your mood is going to be lifted. You're going to have a lot of energy because you don't have all those dense foods and calories holding you down. So just, be ready to lift up off the ground. Like, seriously, I'm still vibing off of the fast. It's life changing. I was able to drop 21.1 pounds, of some weight that I felt like it was going to take forever. I didn't even, sometimes when we gain weight, especially as women, we be like, man, I'm never going to lose this weight. But I'm telling you, all you got to do is fast and the weight's going to fall right off, and then stay consistent after that. Right. So we definitely want to welcome you and hope that you'll join us for this fast. Make a difference and donate to Neb Teharka, because Neb Teharka just consistently pours and pours some more. So we need to pour back into our master teacher, because he really, really just has like a heart of gold, and he just keeps going and going and going. So we want to help him to keep going. And you can do your donations at $Bluestorm239, or you can do them on PayPal, and you could use kawak5239@gmail.com. Follow us on social media. I know some of you are tuning in from YouTube. Peace, all the YouTube folks that are here. Thank you for joining. So YouTube, he's on Facebook and he's on Instagram. Just look up Neb Teharka and connect with him. And so that's going to conclude my part. It has been a joy to spend time with you this evening. Enjoy your creation. I will be continuing to pray for you, and please pray for me. Please pray for Neb Teharka. All of us as a collective, send your love and your energy to yourself and to everyone else so that we can continue to elevate as a collective. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Ken 211, for the announcements. Go ahead and find yourself in a comfortable seated position. I know we went over a lot of information, and this may have even went longer than we thought. But it's not longer than 441 years of amnesia now coming to a full head and being able to flourish in our thoughts, coming into remembrance. This galactic leap day was designed for you to restore all your power, all your abilities that you had forgotten about. You truly are the power of God in this body. And many of us are gods trapped in a matrix, an artificial matrix, an illusion of time, and artificial constructs that only allows us to live a limited version of the self, the power of God in us. And so in this galactic, this quantum leap day, we're going to usher ourselves in to the next 24 days. And in these 24 days, I want you to give it all your might. Take a focus on something that you've been working on and that you want to come into fruition in your life. And what I want you to do is I want you to focus on it like there is no tomorrow. Those of you who do, you're going to see in the next 24 days power and advancement that you hadn't seen in 24 years. That's how powerful this moment in time is. Restoring our memory cells and all of the abilities that come with it to overcome the circumstances that seem like they hold us back. No more do we need to be held back by our own consciousness. No more do we need to question our intuition or not listen to it. No more are we held captive and available for slavery, targeting, right? Foolishness. No more. And it's when you make that decision to advance your consciousness won't even know how to go back and remember what that's like. Because I figured out something about remembering. It's putting back the picture of totality together. And when you put that picture of totality back together, you see the full version of yourself. And that means there's nothing you can't do. Take some deep breaths, breathe in and release. Breathe in again and release. Remember, the spirit of the human comes through the breath. And as the oxygen gets to the brain, it opens up the corridors. The radioplasma spew out of the brain and attract the physical and spiritual equivalency of the vibration that radiated out. Allow yourself to radiate the highest frequency, the highest expression of yourself. Allow this highest expression to purify all your thoughts. Also allow it to purify every cell in your body. And in this purification process, you're able to realize your power of creativity. As you become more powerful in your creativity, you begin to design your life different this day forward. Just your awareness that your consciousness was shut off. Your ability to love was affected. Your ability to accomplish was affected. And for 441 years, we went down this path of amnesia. And on this galactic leap day, this day out of time, we're going to restore in a nanosecond all that memory. And after we receive that memory in our minds and in our hearts, the capabilities that we have is going to increase and supersede what we've been able to do for the last 4.5 centuries with our consciousness. In this process, some of you are going to be able to heal yourself of ailments that's been plaguing you for years, perhaps decades. It may have even caused you to have discrepancies with the health in your bloodline. Some of you are going to move into this mind space, and you're going to now begin to prosper and allow your family to prosper. Those before you and those after you in ways you hadn't prospered before. Some of you are living a very lonely life and don't have any companions of destiny to support you. A companion of destiny is someone that selflessly helps you fulfill your purpose on this planet. And so therefore, we must discover our purpose and then amplify our purpose. And on this road to enlightenment, be able to experience ourselves as compassionate beings, being able to experience ourselves as synchronistic humans, people who are able to use the light, the spirit, and the divine will in the human body in the most balanced, equalized way. And when we do that, there is nothing that we can't create in our experience. Visualize a white dot in the middle of your forehead as you're sitting in lotus, and visualize another white light pulsating in your chest, in your heart space. These two energies are now going to merge together. The heart energy and the mind are going to become unified. And what we call the union of ascent and descent. This helps to balance through Ma'at, the male and female energy on the planet. The patriarchy has ran rapid and repressed and suppressed the female energy, the creativity. And in this quantum leap day, that energy has now been resurrected to fill the hearts and the mind and this planet with a different level of nurturance, a different process of birthing the new beings and the consciousness that's coming to this planet. They're coming to the planet already with telepathic and extrasensory capabilities, and they're aware of it. And it's up to the divine feminine to help nurture this energy, to shift our planet back into its normal frequency. This artificial frequency, this technosphere has gotten us off track. Visualize yourself floating up. The spirit is able to permeate the ceiling in which you are, and you continue to rise above the terrain of the earth and see its beauty. Continue to rise up into the sky. And you can now see the planet. You can now see the planet Earth. You can now see all the other planets. You can see the sun. You can see all the stars just gleaming, just sparkling with light. In the whole mind, this is just another version of you. Visualize yourself focused on this light, and this light awakening you, helping you remember that this power of light is nothing but thought. I am the way. I am the truth. And I am the light. And it's this light that will guide you out of the shadows and out of the darkness and out of the artificiality into the new beam of light that's evolving consciousness in this galaxy. This light is your birthright. The way to tap into this is by following your intuition and allowing that to guide you to this cosmic memory where your soul has been the past 400 or 500 years and beyond. And now to be able to adjoin with different versions of your past selves into one unified whole, you will take this energy and advance yourself and your consciousness, your intelligence, your compassion, your knowledge, your prophetic teachings, and the inner core of your being to advance yourself light years ahead of where you are right now. We just had to unblock the blockage so we can receive the light. As we receive this light, visualize the sun beaming into your brain, and Star Sirius, an even bigger light, beaming into your heart. See yourself illuminated and engulfed in these lights, and every star in the sky is beaming a stream of light into every cell in your body. You're so illuminated at this point, you can't even see yourself as you were before you entered the light. Feel yourself charged up with the intelligence of this light. Feel yourself in the language of light, becoming the radiant body of synthesis that's able to synthesize and synchronize all the frequencies in the universe, in the cosmos, in the galaxy, and on this planet, to realize that all of them are different versions of you and me. Allow this light to give us the confidence to look within or be without. The look within is to be able to trust the self, the power of God in you. This light that you're being galvanized with right now is restoring the power of this God essence and this God energy in you. That you will be able to confide with it and know not to deviate from the intuitive instructions that you receive, and know that it will advance you in ways that you could not advance yourself without yourself, being guided by your ego. In an instant, all the light just stop focusing on you. You are full of the light. Now the spirit is birthed in you from this light. The restoration of all these codes that we had no idea that we were a part of. This light is now activated the spirit. So you'll realize your extrasensory abilities. Your touch. You'll be able to feel things that you can't touch through tactile consciousness. You're still in space now. You'll be able to taste and move into an extrasensory formation through gustatory consciousness, where you can taste danger. You can taste that something's going on in a different part of the country or a different part of the world. It'll trigger your memory, the taste will, beyond the object that you're tasting. The sense of smell will move into its extrasensory position, into olfactory consciousness, and it will trigger your memory to go beyond the consciousness it's operating with right now. The sense of hear will be amplified into auditory consciousness so you can hear what without sound, without something being said. You can hear what's not being said. You can hear silence be louder than sound. And then at last, sight, the all-seeing eye is now activated in this light. And now through the consciousness of visual consciousness, you can become a seer and see in other dimensions, other world systems, other lifetimes. May these qualities be activated in you for the greatest use of all the species on this planet, and to help you reach the highest states of enlightenment as you evolve through time, time being the evolution of consciousness, and as your consciousness evolves, so does your creativity. Now you start to descend back down as the spirit, now galvanized by this light, but now coming to rejoin the body. As this is descending into the physical consciousness of the body, you now realize that there's something different about you. You feel different. You breathe different. You sound different. And this energy comes back into the body. And as you move into deep thought, you will remember those light codes in the galvanized spirit adjoining with your physical body. Now this quantum leap has reconstructed you as the being that you once were. And as you walk this planet, know that Earth, Mother Earth, and all of her species, every time you set an intention, has your back. All the stars, all the suns, all the moons has your back. All you have to do is know your purpose. And the purpose already has the intelligence for its outcome. This intelligence is going to protect you in times of apparent danger, in times of inadequacy, in times where tough decisions have to be made. But just know you are covered in this light and in the spirit. And now you can complete your mission on this planet as you started. A large part of it has been removed that's been blocking you from your potential. Continue to go into this direction, and you will continue to quantum leap. You don't have to wait to another leap year to quantum leap. You can quantum leap through the cosmology every moon, every 28-day cycle. Some of you will get so good at you start to quantum leap every 7-day cycle. And a very few of you will quantum leap every day, or we call plasma. And now you'll be operating at the speed of light after that, 299 million kilometers per second. May the power of all our cosmic memory dissolve our egos and informs us not to let who we think we are keep us from who we can become. I coordinate in order to potentiate, enumerating totality. I seal the cosmos of unity with the galactic tone of emptiness. I am guided by the cosmos of unity, my own power doubled. And I am the activator of all galactic portals in order to potentiate, enumerating totality, cosmos of unity, galactic tone of emptiness doubled. Enter me. We're going to go ahead and wrap up. We're going to close out on a song by one of our esteemed kin, Chester Starks. Feel free to listen to all of this as much as you want, but when the song is over, we're going to end our session. I trust that something that I've said, or something that Moon Goddess Ambrosia said, or something that you felt when Bill Ken 65 played the flute, or that you felt when Ken 178 Donna Habibullah Roberts sang the prayer, or something that Eshe Ken 211 announced. That something touched you, and now you'll never be the same. In Lakesh, I am another you. Alakin, you are another me. Hotep, Hetepu, and Namaste. And remember, evolution is the solution. Let's go ahead and roll the last song. I thank you all for hanging in here with us. It's an incredible time. We brought forth 441 years of memory that's been blocked and skewed. Focus these next 24 days and watch what happens in your life. Feel free to reach out to us via email or website or social media, and we'll be glad to help you in your abilities to advance and all the initiatives that come with that. Peace.